What's up?
Good to meet you, man.
Great to meet you as well.
I'm Kai. Adam, I think I like what you're doing rhetorically. It's a very interesting strategy.
Where do you disagree?
Well, I disagree in large degree with the framing. Would you agree with the framing that a child is probably safer off with the average illegal immigrant than with Joseph Biden? I think that's what a Republican would claim. Perfect. Now that we've agreed kind of that the framing is
maybe not safer. Can you point to Joe Biden being friends with prolific sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein?
Absolutely.
Wait,
I mean, there's a web of connections.
Wait. Did Joe Biden have girls groomed out of his Mar-a-Lago spa? Did Joe Biden have 26 different credible sexual assault allegations? Or did Joe Biden say that he grabs women because they let him do it? Any of those things.
Well, it's interesting because
I'm not even here to say that Joe Biden's perfect, but I just think that equivalency is crazy. I wouldn't want my daughter around.
I agree. I think the equivalency of the average illegal immigrant and Donald Trump is crazy. The way that we assemble those statistics is absolutely ridiculous. If you were to take let's say, what's the sample size in your study? How many illegal immigrants were included as a part of the study?
It was in Texas from 2012 to 2019. I don't know the exact sample size.
Let's assume it's over 1,000. It's statistically significant. There is a power there in the value that the study has concluded with. If we have 1,000 Donald Trumps, which of the two will have been more guilty of violent crimes?
Wait a minute. You want to do this? If you have 1,000 Donald Trumps versus 1,000 undocumented immigrants,
one group will have committed violent crimes, and the other will not have.
The statistics show.
That's true.
No, that is statistics show.
Which violent crime has he actually been convicted of?
He was held civilly liable of sexual abuse, sexual assault. Number one, but number two, what if you take 1,000 people? You take 1,000 undocumented immigrants versus 1,000 Donald Trumps. The statistics show that those 1,000 Donald Trumps will abuse way more women. 26 versus the average undocumented immigrant commits violent crimes at a 2 times lower rate than the native-born citizen. Donald Trump commits crimes at a higher rate than the native-born citizen.
That's interesting.
Now you see what I'm doing rhetorically?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I do see what you're doing, and what you're doing is trying to remove
poke a hole in it.
What you're doing is trying to remove the effect of the crime from the actual people who are affected by it, which is why you're saying, well, if Donald Trump was in a room with you, the issue is when you analyze the difficult, or rather the amount of crime that these illegal immigrants are actually perpetrating, and when you compare it and say that blanket statement, right, that they are less violent than the average native-born American, you're not comparing it individually to each group.
Would you let
the levels of crime, the rates of crime among groups in this country differ significantly based on where you are and based on what the group is. Would you say?
That's why I said average. That's why I said average.
Well,
I mean, you can point to a specific area, but that's why it's average.
You understand that
Would you let someone who was held civilly liable of sexual abuse immigrate into the country legally?
You understand?
No.
Well, no, I don't think so. No.
But you let them be the president.
You're not engaging with the statistic that you've brought up at the beginning.
Okay.
And again, the framing that you're saying framing that you are providing, if we were to be statistically consistent, would say that with the average illegal immigrant, you are safer than with the average Black American. Would you agree with that framing?
With the average illegal immigrant, you're safer with the average Black American. Yeah, because Black Americans commit crimes
at a disproportionate rate.
No, sure.
Okay, so you understand how framing can significantly shape the way that we engage in these conversations. I don't think every Black person is going to kill me, but there is a disproportionality around it.
But the thing is, not every immigrant's going to abuse you.
I 100% agree.
But every one of those 1,000 Donald Trumps will abuse their power dynamics. Absolutely. Donald Trump throughout his entire life,
and none of them will commit violent crime.
Donald
the way
Trump
that
throughout his
immigrants
entire life is somebody who has abused every power dynamic available to him to prey on girls. Would you let your daughter in the Mar-a-Lago spa if it were 2001?
No, I tend to stay away from
Trump
those
is supposed to be safe. Trump's Mar-a-Lago spa isn't safe.
You're drawing these equivalencies between a property that an individual owns, what occurs on that property, and a condoning of it by that individual.
Trump knew about it. He said he likes him young. He was talking about Jeffrey Epstein.
That is an absolute false equivalency.
Later,
okay, show me how do those two comments relate to each other?
When Donald Trump said in 2003, Jeffrey Epstein likes him young.
I'm looking for a clear consistency.
Okay, let me finish. Donald Trump says in 2003, Jeffrey Epstein likes him young. That happened, right?
Oh, wait, what is that?
Wait, did that happen? Let me finish. Did that happen?
Sure.
Okay, 3 years earlier, Virginia Giuffre was groomed out of his spa by Jeffrey Epstein. Donald Trump held private parties in the 90s where him and Jeffrey Epstein, just those two, had 20 calendar girls. You can look this up. I hope there's one on screen.
Were any of them
calendar
14?
girls? Okay, what about the 15-year-old girls that Donald Trump walked in on in his dressing rooms? I mean, no one here. I've had 3 people say they wouldn't let their daughter around Trump. 3 people say they wouldn't let their daughter around Trump.
I wouldn't let my daughter around Joseph Biden.
That's fine. I'm not defending Biden. I don't care.
Well, you don't have to defend a thing. You haven't staked out a position.
Biden has committed less.
You've easily admitted that once we change the framing to talk, for example, about things that are more relevant to the average American.
The problem.
For instance, the average person who is living in Texas, right? The way that these people are going to feel the effects of migration are not as an average. There is no cookie cutter average American.
The study was done in Texas.
Hold on. I understand that. That's why I'm citing the study.
It's
That's
the
why I
highest
mentioned
immigration
Texas.
state. Yeah.
Here's the point.
Boss, you've been eliminated.
That was really good, man. Thanks.
Appreciate it, man. Likewise. It's good to meet you.
Yeah, great to meet you. You're trying to say that most people are let go for violent crimes. That's not true. Let me finish. When a violent crime occurs, somebody necessarily will likely report it, right?
Do you think you can committing a crime by being
so
here?
The burden of proof would be on you to prove that undocumented immigrants. Fact check, please. He has never conceded till this day. Can this pop up somewhere? He was in. Do you condemn what was in that group chat?
What group chat? Oh, the YR
Politico group chat. Yeah.
I would personally condemn what was said in that group chat.
And what was said in that group chat? Wait. Can you tell me what was said in that group chat?
Yeah. So they described black people as watermelon people. They said they love Hitler. They said a lot of things.
Wait. What do they say about gas chambers?
They said if you don't vote for me, you're getting sent to the gas chamber.
Okay, wait a minute.
Like, it's called making edgy jokes. Okay?
Wait a minute. You make those types of jokes?
I don't personally, but like that's like every young man ever has like made a joke like that.
Had a list of Republicans that he was going to their houses, or sorry, the guy had a list of Democrats he was going to their houses. I misspoke. And if you make those types of jokes.
For real. Like,
okay, so no one will actually admit it because it's kind of weird to make those types of jokes. Let's talk about the 2020 election because
Habibi, listen,
you came in here. Listen,
calm down. Like, take a deep breath. اهدى شوية, okay? Let me tell you, okay?
Everyone makes those types, and that means you have like no male friends if you've like never been in a room where people
male friends
say the N-word as a joke. Like, it's
my male friends.
Everyone does that, and you know it's true. And it's like, if not, you're probably surrounded by like homosexuals.
Okay.
Do you think Trump has done good things?
Has Trump done good things? Sure. I think Operation Warp Speed was good. Do I think he's a net benefit to this country? Wait, who owns Twitter right now? Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Who just bought TikTok? Right-wingers. Who owns Facebook? Mark Zuckerberg. And
okay,
Meta.
but
he has a lot of 2028 hats. Is it okay to say that's a little bit weird and fascist?
He's doing incredible things for.
Like what?
He's making this country great in a lot of ways. He's bringing back a lot of jobs.
The thing that Adam said that I agreed with the most is that of the kind of moral issues in Donald Trump. That is an Achilles heel that the Republican Party has right now. Just that impropriety that honestly Adam is correct to point out that exists, in my opinion, in both parties.
Is your position that people in power should not be calling the opposition party fascists or Gestapo or Hitler? Donald Trump called Kamala Harris and Joe Biden a fascist a dozen times throughout the campaign trail. He called them Gestapo, and only one politician has called Donald Trump Hitler, and it's J.D. Vance, his vice president.
So it's around 6 trillion,
okay,
and
so
the high 800s.
It's about 5 trillion.
So it's depending on where you get your data, you can 6, 7, whatever.
It's like 3, 6. Good.
So my point is, if you let me finish, is that